The story begins with a girl named Pam sleeping on her bed. She was so tired, but the only thing she needed to do daily was to take her dog for a walk, no matter whether it was rainy or sunny. The dog's name was Bob. Sometimes Bob doesn't listen to Pam, or you can say most of the time, but Pam loves him the most. Every day while going to work, Pam tells Bob, "Mommy has to go to work. You are going to be good, right?" Bob gives her a handshake. Happily, Pam leaves for her work. As she arrives, Pam checks the doggy camera, and as always, Bob destroyed the house. Her friend Ann says this dog is a nightmare for you. Pam, don't you dare say that about my Bob. Ann, whatever, weren't you dumped because of this doggy? Pam thinks she is right. I fell in love with a guy 3 years ago, and it's been about a month since we broke up. He didn't want kids, so they adopted Bob. She thought they would be a better family, but one day the man said, "I've had enough, Pam. It's either me or this dog." Pam chose her dog and realized what a jerk the man was. Even if it's a bit difficult to take care of Bob, she thinks she can handle him. Ann advised her to get a trainer. Pam thinks it's a good idea, but she's broke as she is living on her own. A little later, Pam returns to her house as she sees Bob had made a lot of mess, but she kindly tells him not to do it again. As she was talking to her dog, the man who lives upstairs says, "Here she goes again. This is it. I have to talk to her." Pam was taking Bob for a walk when suddenly the man approached. "Can I talk to you for a while?" Suddenly, Bob runs towards the stairs. Pam was about to fall from the stairs, but the man held her from the waist. They were so close, Pam thinks. Who is he? His voice is deep and he smells like vanilla and cigarettes. The man says, "You okay? You should control your dog better." Pam saw a tattoo on his neck. With a cold voice, the man says, "You should wear those dumb heels when walking your dog." Pam thinks how rude he is wearing Crocs with socks and telling me how to dress. What a jerk, just like my ex. The man tells Bob to come and sits next to him. Bob listens to the man. The man tells Pam, "You're really loud when you get home. Your yelling always wakes me up. I live upstairs and I work at night." As he was speaking, Pam was in shock because Bob followed his order. Pam says to the man, "Wait," and holds his hand. She says, "Can you look after him while I am at work? It looks like you know how to train a dog, and he trusts you. Please, I'll pay you." The man says, "I am going to be expensive. What's Bob's deal anyway? Does he just need help with listening to you?" Pam brings the man home and shows him the condition. After seeing all this, the man says, "Okay, $20 per hour." Pam was in shock. She says, "I work an 8-hour shift. The man says having a dog is a big responsibility." Pam says, "Okay, I'll do it. Bob deserves the best." The man was in shock. He says, "Okay, then we'll have to reduce Bob's anxiety little by little. Then I'll shorten my visit so he can learn to be alone. You'll have to pay me a day in advance and give me a key to your house." Pam says, "Okay." The man says, "By the way, my name is Tyler." Pam thinks finally Bob gets to be happy alone, and I'll be relaxed at work. I can't wait to tell Ann. The next day, Pam was so happy as she arrives at her office, she gets to know that she messed her work yesterday. Pam and Ann were correcting the documents, as Ann says, "Come on a double date with me." Pam says, "Ann, I am still not ready to put myself out again." Ann says, "Oh, I forgot you are the type who thinks every date is the one." In lunchtime, Pam tells Ann about the trainer. She tells everything about him. Ann was in shock. She said, "Oh, so you are telling me you gave your house keys to a man who said he is your neighbor, works at night, has tattoos, and smells like cigarettes?" Ann says to Pam, "He is a con artist." They both check on the doggy camera. Tyler was screaming Tequila, and the dog was dead. Pam says he knocked my baby Bob, and now he is drinking. Ann tells Pam to go home. I'll take care of the work. As Pam reached home, she saw Tyler was counting money. Pam says, "You steal my money." Tyler says, "This money is from the bar I work in." Pam asks, "So what about my dead dog on the sofa?" Tyler replies, "He is sleeping." We went for a walk in the mountains, and he knocked out. I heard on the doggy camera you were screaming Tequila. Tyler, in a cold voice, hoped you had fun spying on me, but I was not able to find my dog. That's why I was screaming her name. Tequila Pam, in shock, says, "Who names their cute doggy that name?" Tyler says, "Because she is like a short glass of tequila. Look at her while talking. They both come so close." Pam was so close to Tyler that suddenly Tequila started barking to her. Tyler says, "My Tequila hates seeing women close to me." A little while later, Pam tells everything to Tyler after seeing the doggy can. "My friend told me that you might be a con artist." Pam says sorry to Tyler to make him comfortable. Pam offers tea to him. He says, "Cool. Can I smoke a cigarette?" In balcony, Pam says sure while making tea. Pam thinks I was wrong, though he looks serious, but he is warm and kind. Pam thinks he looks good with Tequila. Suddenly, she realizes what she is thinking about and gets shy. Pam joins Tyler in the balcony. Tyler says, "I think you were right. If I were in your situation, I would definitely check on my dog. So don't be sorry. Pam says I didn't want to judge you, but you know how you are." Tyler got confused and asked her how I am. Pam says you work at night, smoke, have tattoos, and you don't even look friendly. Tyler says, "But now you said you didn't want to judge me, and look who's talking about work in an office wearing uncomfortable stuff and judging people." Pam says you have two different lifestyles. "So why did you agree to help me?" Tyler says, "Because I know how much you love your dog." Pam, "But we met yesterday. How would you know?" Tyler, "I told you I can hear everything from my apartment. You were fighting with your boyfriend, and the decision you had to make that night, I was so pissed that night. I always heard him yelling and being rough to Bob. At first I thought you both were the same, but that night I realized how much you love your dog. I misjudged you. Though we have different lifestyles, one thing is common. We both believe in the same thing. That's why I trust you." After that, Tyler leaves. He has to sleep a little before going to work. Pam says, "Okay, then I'll give you the advance money." Tyke, "Oh, about that, it was a joke. $20 is fine for a week. Every day I'll leave around this time so you can get some sleep before work. And I wrote my number on the fridge, so text me once you reach home every day." Pam thinks most men I met are different than Tyler. As Tyler walked out of the door, Pam was busy with regrets because she was thinking so much about him. After looking at Bob, Pam thinks Bob had a good time with Tyler, and he loves him. But I can't keep falling in love with the first man that crosses my path. In her childhood, she always looked up to her parents. Her mom and dad were so in love. Her dad used to surprise her mom and celebrate her. But when she was with her ex-boyfriend, they were celebrating their first Christmas together. Pam gifts her dog, and then she surprises her ex-boyfriend with a PlayStation he always used to talk about, that one PlayStation he wanted to play with his friends. The man says, "But I thought we weren't doing any gifts." Pam, with her sad smile, says, "That's okay, honey. You've been really busy. We three can just go out for dinner." The man says, "Of course not. Let's just order sushi." Pam thinks he doesn't remember I don't like fish, but he likes it, so that's okay. That man doesn't even bother to read the letter Pam wrote for him. Suddenly Bob kicks Pam, and she wakes up. It was her dream. Pam says, "I just want to forget him," and starts cuddling Bob. Pam says to Bob, "It's just going to be you and me. We don't want any man in our life." But suddenly her ex-boyfriend texted her saying, "I miss you, Pam. Let's just meet and fix this." Pam was in shock. She replied, "No thanks," and blocked him. Pam yells, "Let's celebrate Bob," and goes to open the fridge. But she saw Tyler's phone number on the door. Tyler also left a copy of his apartment key. Pam started blushing and said, "Why, if he likes me, he's really cute." Bob was in shock a moment before she wanted to be an independent woman, and now she is crushing on Tyler. Pam was confused about what to write in her first text. Pam texts, "Hi, Tyler, it's Pam. Now you have my number. Have fun at work. But suddenly she saw Tyler was about to leave for work on his electric scooter. Pam was in shock at that moment. Tyler opened the message. Pam! Oh, he's looking at my message. That's a bit creepy. I can't watch him. It's not like he's going to look at my balcony. But suddenly Tyler turned around and Pam hid. She thinks she was faster, and Tyler didn't see her. Then rings the phone. Tyler messaged her okay and sent a picture. She was already visible to him. Pam stands and looks at him as he is going. Pam tells Bob, I think maybe we have room for one more. The next day, Pam tells Ann it was all a misunderstanding. He isn't a con artist and kind of cute. Ann says, Don't tell me you are falling for him. Pam says no. Ann says we have been working together for 3 years, and plus, you are my best friend. I know you're going to fall for him. I don't want you suffering again. You deserve the world. Pam hugs Ann and says, You know I love you, right? Ann says, Have you ever seen me suffering or crying for any man I date around and then leave? Pam says, Ann, I don't know if your dating style is right for me. You would understand me by just meeting him. He's really cute. Pam says, Okay, then we'll find. In which bar does he work? After a little while, Pam reached her home, and she saw Tyler sleeping on her sofa with Bob. Pam was confused. She was thinking, should I wake him up or let him sleep more? Pam comes near the sofa. She calls Bob, but he denies it. She goes close to Tyler. While looking at him, she says, How can I possibly slow down my heart? He is handsome. I can't stop him. I am starting to like him. She was thinking of kissing him. Suddenly, Tequila wakes up and barks. Tyler opens his eyes and sees Pam so close to him. Suddenly, he wakes up and says, What time is it? Oh no, I have to get ready for work. Pam says I was trying to wake you up. Tyler encounters I didn't realize I fell asleep. My bad. And he leaves. Pam was in shock. She tells Bob, I didn't even ask for his bar name, but at least I got to see him today. Tyler was also in shock, thinking Pam was so close to him. The next day, Tyler entered Pam's apartment. He was looking for Bob. Suddenly, Pam opens the door. She was so late for her work. Pam says, Oh, I am late. I have to tell Ann to cover me at work. Pam replied, Bob didn't want to stop playing and I couldn't catch him. I was running after him for more than 1 hour. Tyler says that heels didn't help. Pam yells, It's for work. I don't have time to keep changing my outfit. Tyler says, Really? Not even 2 minutes to change your shoes? Come on. Pam replied, I am already stressed, so stop judging. Suddenly, after seeing Tequila, Bob runs to her and Pam falls on Tyler. Tyler asks, Aren't you late? They both were in an awkward position, and then Pam leaves for work. Tyler was thinking, Is our face magnetic or something? After a while, Tyler starts looking for the clue, then why Bob doesn't listen to Pam's orders. Tyler asks Bob to follow a few orders, like paw and sit. Paw followed his orders. Tyler thinks there is only one way to find out. After a while, when Pam arrives, Tyler hands over her shoes and tells her to let's go for a walk with the dogs. As they reach the playground, Pam says, I thought you would be sleepy. Tyler replies, No, it's Monday. I'm off today. I can sleep later. And plus, I can't sleep until I figure out what's happening to Bob. Okay, then you said he doesn't listen to you, but he follows my command. Let's find out why. Tyler unhooks the dog's belt, and they both start playing on the ground. After a while, Tyler asks Pam to call Bob, as she always does. Pam calls him. She goes, Bobby, baby, Bobby, come to mommy. Tyler figured out why Bob didn't follow her command. Tyler, in frustration, tells Pam, See, that's why he was not following your command. You didn't even call him by his name once. You have to be firm with him. Now call him by his name. Pam calls Bob by his name, and then Bob starts following Pam's command. Tyler and Pam, they both were so happy. They high-five. After watching this, Tequila got angry and she pee on Pam's shoes. Tyler carried Tequila, and with a soft voice he says, Why you do that, princess? But here Pam got angry on him. She says, You don't apply your rules on Tequila, right? Tyler replies, Blah, whatever, let's go home. Pam says I want to stay here little more with Bob. You go ahead. As Tyler was leaving, he turned around and start looking at Pam. But after looking at Tequila, Tyler says, "Don't worry, it's always going to be me and you." The next day, Pam brings Ann home. Ann asks, "Where is the hottie?" Pam replies, "Oh, Tyler, he goes 1 hour before I come. I barely even see him." Ann gifts Pam something and tells you have been really tense this day, so I got you. This Pam opens the gift and realizes it is a pleasure toy. Pam tells I don't need this. She keeps that on her table. On the other hand, Tyler was in a pet salon. He wanted to get a haircut for Tequila. The vet knows Tyler and Tequila very well. Suddenly, Tyler realized he forgot his wallet at home. The vet gently replies, "No worries. You can pay later." At that moment, Tyler hears a voice. It was of a girl. For a moment, he stopped and took a deep breath. The vet says, "Oh, I know you guys don't talk anymore, but she's doing fine. You should reach out someday." A little while later, Tyler realized he lost his wallet. There were Pam and Ann taking pictures in a cafe. Suddenly, the phone rings. It was from Tyler. Ann picks up the phone and says, "Hi, cutie, what are you doing?" Pam takes her phone back and says, "Sorry, Tyler, it was my friend. I am not home." Tyler replies, "Oh, I was knocking on your door. Do you mind if I take a look at your place? I lost my wallet." Pam replies, "Oh, no, don't worry. You can." Tyler enters the house and is looking for his wallet. Ann was telling her to tell Tyler to video call us. "Pam, shut up, Ann, and drink your mimosa." Tyler replies, "You like mimosas." Pam says, "Yeah, it's Friday. Work is over, so we were having fun." At that moment, Tyler found his wallet. It was under the sofa. He asks, "Did you buy a new toy for Bob? It's looking like plastic bone." Suddenly, they both realize it is not a toy. Tyler says, "Enjoy," and hang up the phone. Pam was so frustrated she got her anger out on Ann. The next day, Pam was pampering herself. It was Saturday morning. Pam tells Bobby, "I wish it was Monday. Do you know how lucky you are to be with him every day? I know this sounds bad, but I really want to meet him." After a while, Pam takes Bob and is leaving for a walk as she opens her door. Tyler was standing in front of her with Tequila in his hand. Tyler says we are going to the park. Want to join us? Pam replies, "Okay." She was happy to see him. After a while, they both were in the park. Tyler was playing with Bob, and Pam was sitting next to Tequila. She was trying to get her attention, but it seems Tequila doesn't like women. Tequila gets up and walks towards the bushes. Pam follows her and sees Tequila was sitting under a tree like a queen. Pam was in shock. She goes, "It is a throne!" Suddenly Tyler appears. He asks Pam, "Did you get bored without us?" Pam replies, "No, but your queen needed her throne." Tyler calls Tequila over and picks her up. Pam asks, "Did you not see the problem over here?" Tyler replies, "No, she's my little princess, and no one is above her." Now Tyler raises his hand and asks, "Let's go for a walk." Pam was about to hold his hand. Suddenly Tyler said, "What are you doing? I am asking for the leash." Pam, confused and in an awkward voice, replies, "I left them when Tequila ran away." She ran to avoid the situation and told Tyler I would go look for them. Tyler did understand what she was about to do, but let it go. On their way back home, Pam asks, "Aren't you usually asleep at this time?" Tyler replies, "Yeah, I have never up at this time, but starting today, the bar is closing down for some remodeling, so I have some days off." Pam asks, "You must be happy getting days off." Tyler replies, "Nah. I like my job. I love being creative with my drinks. I make seeing costumers happy makes my day while saying this." Tyler was smiling. Pam realized she has never saw Tyler smiling. Tyler asks, "What about you?" Pam replies, "Oh, I am in the marketing team. It's boring." Tyler suggests, "Then get a new job." At that moment, a bicycle rider passed by. Tyler holds Pam by her waist and tells the rider to slow down. Pam was in shock. She was blushing. Suddenly, a girl appears in front of them. She says, "Hey there, pretty couple, Let's make your date even better. Pam and Tyler finds them again in an awkward situation. The lady told them, "Why don't you put your name on the city spring raffle? The ticket is $3. We have lots of gifts. First prize was a trip to Caribbean. Second was a ticket. And third was a wine bottle." Pam was about to explain. "We are not couple," but Tyler asks for one ticket. Pam sees a romantic trip to Caribbean was in first place. She already started imagining what would I wear, should I go shopping, or where will we sleep? Tyler won the third prize, a wine bottle. With a sad smile, Pam congratulates him. Tyler smiles and replies, "It's exactly what I wanted. This wine is exported from France. You know what? It's really good. You're free tonight. I have a really good steak at home that would go perfect with this wine. Come to dinner at my place." Pam offers, "Then dessert is on me." Tyler says, "Okay, then let's go back." Pam thinks, is this a date or not? Maybe life is finally picking up. While going on the stairs, they both were talking. Suddenly, Bob got scared. Pam's ex-boyfriend was standing in front of the door. In a cold voice, he said, "Babe, do you understand how long I have been standing here waiting for you? And who's this guy?" Tyler replies, "I am Bob Trainer." "What's it to you?" Pam asks. "What are you doing here?" The man replies, "I need to get some stuff. I left just some towels and stuff." Pam opens the door. Tyler was walking towards his floor. The man tells her, "Hey, thanks for taking care of my girl." Pam yells, "What are you saying?" After coming into the house, the man says, "What? Aren't you happy to see me?" Pam tells him to get his stuff and leave. The man says he was wrong. "Let's get back together." Pam shouts back together. "You think I'm stupid. We are not getting back together, and I am not your babe, not your girl. You made me choose, and I already did, so get out." The man screamed. "So you're gonna throw away 3 years of togetherness?" Pam yells. "Don't be dramatic." Unbelievable how I could be so blind. No, I should thank you. Thanks to you, we adopted Bob, and now I know what true love is. I am extremely happy with him. We don't need you. The man with an evil smile says, "Right, we both adopted him. You had 2 months alone with him. Now it's my turn." The man started pulling Bob's leash. Pam was trying to stop him, but the man was pulling the leash so hard, Pam shouted, "I adopted him. I have the papers. You have no rights." The man says this thing broke our relationship, this stupid dog. Suddenly, Tyler appears. He calls the cops and complains someone is trying to kidnap my neighbor's dog. The dog is legally hers. The man listened to all of this and let go of the leash. He told Pam, "I'm not going to waste more time on you, Pam. You'll come running back to me, but I'm not going to take you back." Pam yells, "Don't you dare come here again and touch my dog once again, and I'll be the one calling the police." The man says tons of women are into me. It was your last time. Tyler takes Pam and Bob inside. He asks Bob, "Are you hurt?" "It's okay, boy. It's all over now." Pam asks Tyler, "Did you really call the police?" Tyler replies, "No, I just wanted to scare him." Pam breaks into tears. He hugs Bob. Bob was also in tears. While seeing this, Tyler got some of his memories crying like Pam. Tyler strokes Pam and tells her to calm down. He says it's better if we hang out another day. I am sure you need to rest. But Pam shouts, "We had such a nice morning, and now because of that jerk you want us moping and crying all over the place? No way. I'm not going to let any man ruin my day or Bob's day like that." She cheers herself and screams, "Hand me some wine and get Bob his steak. We are celebrating." Tyler asks, "How did you do that? You were sad a second ago." Pam replies, "I still am. I just ask myself what I would tell a friend in this situation. So I end up cheering myself. Tyler says it's kind of weird, but I like it. Okay, then my place at 7 will have a wonderful night today." Pam thinks if he sees this as a date or not, I don't mind. I'm going to enjoy this for me. After a while, Tyler was cooking, and Pam rings the bell. Tyler says right on time he was in shock looking at Pam. She was looking incredible. Tyler was impressed. He invited her in and told her to make herself comfortable. Pam saw Tyler also bake cookies for them. Tyler suggests, "Pam, let us have your dessert here. You can take cookies home." Pam understood why Tyler smells like vanilla. Tyler loves cooking, baking, and listening to jazz. Pam thanks Tequila for having them for dinner, but as always, Tequila ignores her. Tyler tells Pam, "Okay, so dinner is ready." Pam offers to do the dishes. Tyler refused it, but Pam started washing the dishes. Tyler tells her to take his apron, and he goes close to her and wears his apron on her waist. Pam was blushing. She thanked him. Tyler says the steak is ready. I just have to cut it. Pam says, "Great, can't wait." While cutting the steak, Tyler started looking at Pam. At that moment, Pam turns around and says, "Oh, I know this song." But she realizes Tyler was already looking at him, and without knowing, Tyler cuts his finger. Pam asks him, "Oh my God, are you okay? Does it hurt?" "I think I have a bandage in my purse." Tyler tells her to relax. It's just a scratch. Pam tells him to cover the wound or it will get infected. Tyler says it's okay. "I don't need it." Pam holds his hand and tells him, "You are so stubborn." She puts a bandage on his wound. While holding his hand, Pam says, "Tyler, maybe it's my imagination, but since I got here, you've kept your eyes on me." Tyler got shy. He replies, "You got me." "Sorry, I couldn't help it. I didn't know if I should tell you, but I saw something on your teeth. I think it's lipstick." Pam with a horrible face. "Oh, you should have told me something." Pam ran toward the bathroom and saw the lipstick stain on her teeth. After a while, they both were having dinner together. Pam tells Tyler, "You really surprised me today." Tyler replies, "Yeah, I know we were just neighbors. I probably know more about Bob than about you." Pam suggested he drink and play a game with her. This way they can know more about each other. Tyler says, "Okay, fine, but I am not wasting my good wine. I'll make some cocktails for us." Tyler started making cocktails and asked Pam the rule of her game. Pam explains, "You will take a guess about something you believe is true about me. If you guess right, then I have to drink. If you're wrong, then you drink." Tyler makes the drink. It was looking so good. Pam offers him to go first. Tyler guesses the drink I made is totally your style. Pam takes a sip and tells him yes. Pam asks, "How do you know?" Tyler replies, "You always feel like a fresh summer." Pam guessed about Tyler that you usually bring girls over and cook for them. Tyler replies, "No, I don't bring anyone over. It stresses Tequila out, and I don't feel right doing that." Pam takes a sip and thinks, "So he is totally single." Tyler smokes a cigarette. Pam tells him, "You don't feel right stressing Tequila out. Don't you think that cigarette is bad for her?" Tyler says, "Okay, then I'll quit." He stubbed out the cigarette. Pam laughs and says, "Sure." Tyler asks, "Do I look 30 to you?" "Drink now." Tyler takes a sip. Pam tells him I am 29. Tyler says, "It's the same thing." Pam replies, "No, it's not." Pam asks, "What about you?" Tyler replies, "I am 26. She was shocked that he is younger than her. Pam, guess your tattoo has a special meaning. Tyler takes a sip and replies, "Yes, all my tattoos have a story behind them. This one on my neck is in honor of my dog before Tequila." Pam tells what a tribute I always wanted a tattoo. I just don't know where. Tyler touches her ankle and says, "It suits you right here." While looking in her eyes, Tyler says, "I think I made the drink too strong." Pam asks, "Want to stop?" Tyler replies, "Not a chance. It's your turn now." Tyler, guess if I told you I do bring girls over, you would have been jealous, right? Pam drinks the whole glass and thinks, "Let's see where it goes." Pam, guess if I kiss you right now, you won't stop me. Tyler got nervous, but he drank. Pam was ready to kiss him. She got close to him. They were about to kiss each other, but suddenly Tequila barks at Pam. She got so angry. Tyler stops her and asks Pam, "Are you okay?" Pam replies, "Yeah, I am okay. Maybe we can lock her up in the bedroom for some time." Tyler asks, "Lock her up?" And Pam replies, "Yeah, so we don't stress her out." Tyler says, "So you want to lock her up for her own good, right? I thought you'd be different, but guess what? You are just like others. Pam scolded him. She was about to bite me. Tyler says she got scared. You should have tried to understand her. I'm not sure what you thought I was inviting you over for, but I'm good. I don't want this shit. Pam, in anger, says, I told you I'm not going to let any man ruin my day. She tells Bob to let it go. While leaving, she says, You know what? You might know how to train Bob, but don't forget your little princess needs training too. Don't act all high and mighty. Using her as an excuse to reject me is pretty pathetic. Tyler says I'll keep taking care of Bob. Pam replies, Make sure you're out before I get home. I don't want to see your face again. Pam came to her house. She removed her jacket and went to sleep. She was thinking, how could he say that? That's so humiliating. I thought he liked me. After some days, Pam tells Bob bye and reaches her office. She was talking to Anne. Anne understood something was wrong with her. She asks what happened. You've been looking down since you argued with the guy. It's been like 2 weeks now. Pam smiles and says, Oh, I'm fine. Please don't worry. Anne tells you were not wrong at that moment. Anyone can ask him to put the dog away. Pam replies, Honestly, I can't see myself putting my Bobby in another room all alone. I think we both could have handled it better. But who cares? I should just try to be like you, date around, then leave. Listening to what just Pam said, a colleague asks Pam out for dinner. Anne replies, Not you, Josh. I can smell your misogyny from here. Josh asks Pam again to just go on one date with him. Pam asks, Is that restaurant pet friendly? Josh, reply, Not at all. You aren't planning on taking your dog, right? Pam replies, I think I'm going to pass them. Josh says, Are you really going to pick a dog over a night out with a gentleman? Pam replies, Always. She thinks just like Tyler does for Tequila. I will always put Bob first. I understand him, and he understands my situation better than anyone. But I don't want to see him. Back to home, Pam tells Bob. Whenever he comes, you feel calm, right? It's best for me to keep him as your trainer. After a while, she was talking to her mom, and on the phone, her mom tells Pam, You're still young. Don't let your 30s turn you into a boring woman. Her mom asks, What about the guy you hired to train Bob? You said he was kind. Pam replies, I don't really want to talk about that. Her mom curiously asks what's wrong. Who broke my princess's heart again? Her parents speak lovey-dovey to each other. Pam says this isn't helping me. After chit-chatting a bit, Pam hangs up. Pam was thinking, I am lucky to have such loving parents, but maybe what they have isn't for everyone. But I'm fine. Pam tells Bob, Let's go for a walk. They both wear their coats and go for a walk. Suddenly, Pam sees a list of dog pamphlets. It was of Tequila. After the kiss they had together, Pam was so frustrated she walked away. Tyler tells Tequila, You know that I'll always put you first. I did what I had to. After some days, Tyler visits the pet salon. The man was in shock seeing Tyler like this. Tyler was looking horrible. Tyler replies, It's just that I haven't been sleeping well lately. I just came to pay the bill from last month. He also does Tequila's medical checkup. Tyler asks the vet, Luca, how she's doing. Luca replies, Why don't you call her? She'd love to hear from you. Tyler says, Nah, it's been a long time, and it won't be appropriate now that she's getting married. Luca suggests you should try to meet another girl and just go on a date. Tyler replies, I did. Luca was in shock. Tyler says, I mean, it wasn't a date. Or maybe it was. I don't know. Luca asks. When did this happen? Tyler replies 2 weeks ago. It's just that I can't stop looking at her. It's so annoying. Whatever, she's mad at me now, so it's over. I'm fine with just me and Tequila. Luca says, Oh, here you go again. Tyler questions, Why am I even telling you this? You're so nosy. Luca replies, Oh, because you think all people are bad and you don't want to make real friends to go to. He says, Look, this is the first time I've seen you like this with another girl, so whatever happened, you should try to fix it. Tyler replies, "No, I'm good. My life is fine just like this." Tequila was listening all this while. Coming back home, Tyler was only thinking about Pam. Suddenly it started raining, and Tyler saw Tequila was getting wet. He unlocked the leash and was about to pick her up. Suddenly a thunderstorm fell, and Tequila got scared and ran from there. Tyler tried to stop him, but she ran away. After a day, Pam got to know about this. She thought, "I don't want to see him," but she ran towards his house. Tyler opens the door, and Pam looks at him. Tyler was so scared. Tyler tells everything that happened yesterday. He says, "I was looking for her all night. I don't know what to do." Pam gives Bob the leash to Tyler and tells him in leaving Bob with Tay, here in case she comes back home. She asks where this happened. Tyler replies at the park. While leaving, Pam says, "Keep your phone close." Tyler asks, "What if she?" Pam cuts his words and replies, "We'll find her. Wait here for us." As Pam leaves, Tyler was about to cry. Bob was also looking for Tequila. Tyler got a memory of his past where a girl was smoking. She tells it was just a dog. "Tyler, there was nothing you could do. It wasn't your fault." Tyler closes her eyes and says, "Please, not again. Come back to me." On the other hand, Pam was thinking, "I don't care if he hated me right now. This isn't about us. Tequila is somewhere scared and alone. She doesn't deserve that." Pam was searching for her in the bushes after calling her name a lot of times. Pam thinks Tequila got scared of the storm. I'm sure she found some shelter to hide out in. Suddenly, she remembered the last time Tequila was sitting under a tree. Pam goes there and finds Tequila. She says, "Of course, the princess was waiting at her throne." She picks Tequila and tells her, "Let's go home." After a while, she knocks on the door. Tyler opens it and sees Pam and Tequila were wet and covered in dirt. Tequila says she was waiting in a safe place, but she definitely needs a bath. Tyler got emotional. He cried holding Tequila. Tyler thanks Pam. Pam replies, "You would have done the same for Bob," she says. "I'll get Bob and head out. I'm sure you need rest." Suddenly, Tyler hugs her and tells her to stay tonight. Pam got nervous. She goes, "He's holding me so tight that it's starting to hurt." Tyler says, "Please, I don't want to be alone." Pam thinks it's not him who's talking. It's his fear. "I've never seen anyone that's scared before." Pam hugs him tight and tells him we're not going anywhere. After a while, Pam changed her clothes. Tyler asks if the clothes fit. It was his. Pam replies, "Yeah, I like the oversized look. Also, thanks for letting me use the shower." Tyler gives tea to Pam. Pam thinks, "What are we doing here? I spent 2 weeks saying I didn't want to see him, and now I'm even wearing his sweater. My gosh." She says, "Tyler, I don't think we should stay here after last night. You both need some sleep." Tyler replies, "I'm fine." Suddenly, Tequila goes and sits on Pam. They both were in shock looking at this. Pam starts crying. She was so happy. Tyler says, "I think she's trying to thank you, die." Saving her, Pam says she already fell asleep. Suddenly, Tyler also slept on her lap, holding Tequila. Tyler says, "I don't think I can fall asleep without her tonight, so can I stay here, please?" Pam replies, "Okay." Bob also joined them. Pam removes Tyler's glasses. Suddenly, she sees there is something on her arms. It was a nicotine patch. He really stopped smoking for Tequila. She sees a lot of nicotine pads and thinks it's not the best way, but guess he's doing his best. After a while, Pam also sleeps there. The next day, Pam wakes up. She says, "When did I fall asleep?" She saw a blanket on her. She asked Tyler, "When did you wake up?" Tyler replies, "A while ago." "I just came back from walking Bob. Your snoring already wakes me up." Pam, in anger, says, "I don't snore. How could you be so mean in the morning?" She goes under the blanket and says, "I don't even have any makeup and not even brushes my teeth." Tyler says that's dumb. "You already look pretty just as you are. You always look cute." Pam got shy and started blushing. Tyler says, "I'm sorry about the other day. I was being an idiot. If the night guy heeded it, It was because we both wanted it to. I snapped at you when you didn't mean to. I was a jerk, and you still went looking for Tequila. I really want to make it up to you. Tell me what you want." Pam says nothing. Tyler forced her to say. Pam replies, "Okay, then make me one of your cocktails someday, but alcohol-free. We don't want to repeat last time." Tyler got sad. He opened the blanket from her face and said, "I'll talk to my boss so you and Bob can come enjoy it with me. Friday night out bill's on me. I don't know if you like the plan. I want you there." After a while, Tyler was thinking about what happened and how Pam helped him with the girl he was with before. While leaving, she told him, "I hope someday you can find the one who makes you happy. That's my only last wish." At the office, Pam asked Ann if she wanted to party next Friday. Pam immediately said yes. Pam tells her Tyler invited me, and Bob Ann asked, "Are you guys dating?" Pam replies, "Not dating, but I slept at his place yesterday." Ann got shocked. At that moment, Tyler messaged her, "Want to hang out today after your shift?" Ann and Pam got shocked. After work, Pam and Tyler go for a walk with the dogs. Pam says, "I'm glad we figured things out and can hang out now." Tyler replies, "Yeah, me too." There were a lot of dogs in the park today. Tequila and Bob went to play with them. After some time, they all return home. Pam says, "Thank you for asking me to go out. It was nice." Tyler says, "No worries. Let me know if you want to go another day." Pam says, "Okay." She was about to go inside. Suddenly, Tyler held her hand and asked, "Do you need me to pick you up on Friday?" Pam replies, "Number. I'm going to come with my friend Ann." Tyler says, "Okay, then see you there." Pam replies, "See you on Friday." Tyler tells Tequila, "I can't wait to see you here on Friday." The day comes. Pam was so confused about what to wear. She tells Ann, "You look like a stunning goddess while I'm going to be such an ugly bag," and suggests to her to wear the red dress. She tells you, "Yeah, I'm a goddess, but I'm not planning to meet my future husband today, so you'll be fine." Ann remembers the red dress. She says, "Oh, we're going to be late." Ann replies, "This man is totally into you, so he won't care when we show up." Ann bought Bobby a gift. It was a dog suit. She wore it, and at that moment, Pam came out of the room. Ann was surprised Pam was looking so good. On the other hand, Tyler's eyes were on the clock. He was waiting eagerly for Pam. His boss noticed that he said, "Dear nephew, the clock won't move faster just because you keep staring at it." Tyler replies, "What?" "I wasn't looking." At that moment, Pam and Ann arrived there with Bob. Pam was looking so beautiful, and Bob's suit was also looking stunning. Looking at Bob, Tyler was so surprised he asked Pam, "He looks so handsome. Can I get a picture with him?" Pam says absolutely. She clicks their picture. Pam introduced Ann to Tyler. Tyler says hello and asks if it'd be nicer to know if you had a single brother. Tyler replies, "No, I don't have any siblings." To avoid the situation getting awkward, Pam tells Ann, "You have a lipstick stain on your teeth." Ann goes to the washroom. Pam tells Tyler Ann gifted this fabulous suit to him. Tyler says, "Red looks really good on you." He serves her a welcome drink and thanks her for being here. Pam said thank you for inviting us while taking the glass. Pam touched Tyler's finger and they both had eye contact. Suddenly the boss interrupted them. He said, "Ooh, so this is the famous Pam." He introduced himself as Tyler's uncle, and the Bat's owner, Bernard. Tyler tells Pam, "I'll check on some tables. Don't listen to anything he says." Pam thanks Bernard for having them here. He says it's my pleasure. Actually, I was really excited when Tyler told me he invited a friend over. I always worry about that kid. He only knows how to work, and he, with Tequila, has always been a little too serious for his age, so socializing isn't his best trait. I'm just worried no one gets to see the real him. Pam replies, "Don't be Tyler. He is the sweetest man I've ever met. He always takes care of my Bob, and that helps me a little. Believe me, Tyler has made my day brighter. You should be very proud of him." After hearing all this, Bernard was also surprised he had never seen this side of Tyler before. At that moment, Anne arrives from the washroom, and Pam introduces Bernard to Anne. Anne was surprised seeing him. He looked so handsome to her. Anne opened her hair and told Pam to go sit somewhere. She tells Bernard, "Can I call you Bernie? I'm Anne, and feel free to call me Annie Babe or yours. I'm totally single." Pam was so shocked looking at Anne. At that moment, Tyler appears. He gives the menu to Pam and tells her to order anything. Pam asks for a recommendation. Tyler gets close to her and tells her his favorites. Pam was thinking why he's too close. She saw at his face he doesn't seem nervous at all. Tyler put one hand on Pam's shoulder. Pam thinks his uncle did say to me that Tyler told him I've invited a friend. Maybe that's what he needs right now. Just a friend. Hua's breath was on her ears. Pam hears her heartbeat. This isn't good. I can't be his friend if I feel like this. Pam asks for a piña colada. Tyler goes inside. She thinks, I wish he saw me more than a friend, but that's not going to happen. Whereas Tyler was nervous too. The moment he came inside the pantry, he was calming himself, and Pam was thinking about all that Bernard said about Tyler. She thinks they almost kissed once, but he just sees me as a friend, rushing everything and not even noticing just how hurt and alone he must be. He just needs a friend, and I can be that, but I want... Suddenly Anne shouted, I want to marry him, that my husband right there. He's going to be the father of my children. Anne was talking about Bernard. Pam says, Aren't you the one who doesn't believe in marriage and family? Anne shouts, That gorgeous man changed my damn plan. I can feel it deep in my heart, okay? Pam says, okay, and Anne asks, what's his surname? Tyler says, Martin, our surname is Martin. Pam was surprised knowing Tyler's surname. Anne tells me I'm Mrs. Martin from now on. Suddenly Bernard comes near Anne and he asks, Are you enjoying the night? If you need anything else, please let me know. Anne fell for him. She started telling him her ring size and phone number. Pam cuts her words and says, yes, we're having a great time. And so I'm in love. Tyler asks Pam if she is always like this. Pam replies, no, never. Suddenly Anne holds Tyler's face and tells him, listen to your aunt. When you get married to Pam, use her surname, not yours. There will be only one Mrs. Martin here, and that's me. Pam, with a horrible face, tells her to stop what she is saying. Suddenly, two men started hitting on them. They say drinks are on us, and Pam denies it and tells them not to. But the man was about to touch Pam's face. Suddenly, Tyler stops him. She said, no, she's my friend. Pam got sad hearing she's my friend. The man was about to hit Tyler, but suddenly Tyler smiled and told the man to look down. Bob was looking at him. He was looking at him with anger. The man got scared from Bob and walked out from the bar. They all started laughing, and Anne took advantage of this time and hugged Bernard. Pam asks Tyler, are you okay? Tyler replies, no worries, I'm used to it. Anne interrupted them and asked Tyler, why did you call Pam your friend? Pam stops her and says thanks to Tyler. Tyler replies, I said friends because we are more than neighbors, at least for me. Pam smiles and says, of course. After a while, they both were leaving, and Anne didn't want to go home. Tyler asks, are you sure you don't need a cab? Pam replies, that's okay, she's sleeping over at my place and I live close. Tyler asks her to text him when they reach home. While going home, Pam was trying to build a friend. Meanwhile, I was falling for him and wanting more. I feel stupid. After a while, they both reach home, and Pam removes Anne's shoes. Anne was already asleep. Pam says the drinks were all hitting me now. I like him so much. I should be okay just being by his side, even if it's just a friend. I have to try hard. I'm going to be Tyler's friend. The next day, Pam wakes up. Tequila was kissing her. She thought it was Bobby. Pam got shocked looking at what she's wearing and how she's in Tyler's house. Suddenly, Tyler appears in front of her. He says, good morning, sleepyhead. At that moment, Pam thinks, oh my God, we can't be just friends. Tyler, ask a crazy night, huh? Pam tells what you mean by pervert. Speak for yourself. Pam says, oh, my head hurts. Tyler asks, "Do you remember what you did?" Pam says, "I know I'll regret this, but can you tell me what happened?" Tyler says, "You left the bar, and later I came home after my shift." Tyler opens the door, and Pam is lying on his bed. She says, "Oh, we were waiting for you." Tyler was so surprised, he said, "What are you doing in my home?" Pam replies, "You gave me the key, silly." Tyler says, "Not for this. How are you so drunk? You left the bar just fine," Pam yells. "What's important here is that I'm going to be your best friend for life." Tyler opens the fridge and says, "I'm getting you water," then goes home. Pam takes the juice can and says, "No, I want the juice." Tyler snatched that from her hand and said, "You need water." But the juice fell on Pam's head. She got all wet. It was Tyler's fault. He said sorry to her. Pam was about to cry. Tyler says, "Okay, you take a shower. I'll wash your dress." Suddenly, Pam asked if I wanted to join her. Tyler shouts, "No," Pam says, "but I'm so sleepy. What if I slip? Don't you care for my safety?" And after that, Pam was taking a shower. Tyler was sitting outside the shower waiting for Pam. He says to Tequila, "We were having a simple life." "What happened?" Tyler says. After this, Pam goes home. Pam opens the door and asks him, "Can we have a friendly sleepover?" Tyler looks to the other side and gives her the towel, and then he gives her the clothes. While getting out, Pam asks, "Don't you want to be my friend?" Tyler replies, "I do. It's just you're acting a little weird." Pam sits on the chair. Tyler turns around and sees Pam is not wearing the pants. Tyler, in shock, asks, "Where are the pants I gave you?" Pam replies, "Too big for me. Thee is long, so I'm fine." Then Tyler dries her hair. Pam tells Tequila, "I'm getting the princess treatment too, but you'll always be the queen." Tyler tells her, "If you want sleep tonight, but just the night, I'll sleep on the sofa." Pam hugs her from the back and tells him to carry her to the bed. Tyler yells, "What are you doing?" Pam says, "Oh, my head is spinning again." Tyler picks her up on his back. Pam says, "You don't smell like cigarettes and vanilla anymore. You smell like cookies. I want to kiss you." Tyler tells her to stop saying that. Pam says, "You want to be my friend, but you don't want to play with me." Pam says, "Oh no, your ears are red." Tyler replies, "Yeah, because you're stressing me out." Pam gets more close to him, and she whispers in his ear, "Let me help my friend out." She bites him on his ears and then falls asleep. Tyler was so pissed he threw Pam on the bed and told her to just sleep. Pam said, "That's not how you give princess treatment." Tequila also joins her and takes her side. Tyler says, "Okay, I am sorry." He was picking Tequila up from the bed, but suddenly Pam hugs him. She says, "Why do you look so lonely? It makes me wonder if you feel that lonely one day. Can you trust me to be on your R side?" Tyler replies, "I already do." Pam says sorry. She started crying. She tells Tyler, "I'm trying hard to be your friend, but I just can't because I don't want to lose you." Tyler says, "I'm not going anywhere." He tells her to sleep, and Pam starts snoring already. Tyler kissed her on the forehead. But Tyler didn't tell all this to Pam. He just said after showering, "You went to bed and passed out." Pam asks that we sit and do nothing else. I'm sure I said some weird things. Just ignore anything I said, please. She says sorry to him for breaking into his place. Tyler gives her dress back and tells her I washed it and I was about to make breakfast for us. Pam says, "No, you've done more than enough, and Bob must be worried. I should go," and then she leaves to change her clothes. Tyler got sad because he didn't tell her actually what happened last night. At that moment, Pam came near the door. She told Tyler, "I've kept this week's $20 on the table, and I'm sorry. Bye." Tyler was about to stop her, but she left. He wanted to tell her something, but he got scared and stopped himself. He was thinking who in their right mind would let her get away. As Pam comes to her house, she sees Anne is not home. As she checks her phone, she sees there are so many voice messages from Anne. Anne tells her, "My Bernie asked me for breakfast after his shift. Don't call, text, or email me, and I know where you snuck last time. Tell me every detail on Monday. Bye. She checks in and leaves the house around 6 a.m., and now it's 12 p.m. That means Bob is alone for 6 hours and hasn't broken anything. Pam was so happy to see this. She says that means it ends right. That's good. It was a time he really did a great job. I'm sure Tyler would be happy about this. At that moment, the phone rings. Pam shouts at her, "How dare you leave my Bobby alone?" Ann says, "Anyways, want to join us for lunch?" Bernie picked the perfect spot, and it's dog-friendly. Come with Tyler. Pam says, "I don't know, Ann. It was a weird morning." Ann tells her Bernie already called him. He said he'll only go if you come. After a while, they both meet down the building. Pam thinks I don't remember anything about yesterday, but somehow everything feels different now. Tyler was looking good in formals. The moment they arrived at the restaurant, they saw Ann and Bernard were kissing each other. Ann asks Pam, "Was everything fun last night?" Pam replies, "Less fun than you. I see." Ann says, "I thought it was a double date." Pam says, "What are you talking about? We're just friends. Tyler spent all night taking care of me because I was drunk." Pam asks Tyler, "I hope you want to be my friend after all that." Tyler remembers what happened last night. Suddenly, Ann says we're officially dating. Bernard says, "Yep, she's the one." After hearing this, they both were in shock. Ann says that's my man. Bernard tells now and forever. Ann tells me, "Oh my God, you changed my world. I'm so happy." Pam tells Tyler I didn't expect this. But don't you think they look really happy together? Thanks to meeting us, someone found the love of their life. Tyler says they just met. Chill out. Ann says, "Oh, please tell me when the best time to ask someone out is. Let me give you a tip. It's better sooner than later." Bernard says, "Tyler, that's why you're still single." Pam says they're right. If they like each other, there's no reason to not fight for love. Now they were about to order. Tyler was continuously looking at Pam. Suddenly, he held her hand and looked at the other side.